Group C, the last match of Group C. It's a human versus undead. So first of all, good to see PCG not off racing. Question is, with this being a relatively meaningless match, what cheese does he have prepared? HawK should have a lot of experience in this matchup, of course, thanks to his games against Happy all the time. Actually, he still has a positive record against Undead on this patch, against Undead on this patch, despite his losses versus Happy. 15-3. PCG against Human is 0-4. That's wild.
A bit of a yikers.
Yeah.
Yeah, looking to change that today. I wanted this yesterday already. How does the ELO system calculate draws, by the way?
Oh,
is it just nullified? Does it just cancel out? Or?
It's map dependent. Not series dependent.
Yeah, I know. When you get a win 3-0, you get more points than a 3-2. But what about a draw? You know? Like, do you get points if you're higher ELO and you lose points if you're lower ELO? Or the other way around, rather?
It doesn't calculate the series, but maps. So 1-1 is one map each. So I guess nothing happens. There will be something happening. It doesn't matter. We will ask Turbozau probably. We have a Crypt Lord. It's a normal build, right? Like not his weird Tet Fiends.
Yeah, this looks pretty standard so far. This is a ghoul opening. Crypt Lord, fast expansion is something we've seen plenty of on this map. This is where basically the whole Crypt Lord meta began. This and Terra Stand. We saw it a whole bunch. And HawK did not go for an early Mercamp creep, by the way, which is kind of unusual. If you're expecting a Crypt Lord from the other side, early Mercamp is kind of the norm. But here, HawK is playing a slow opening. Going green into green, getting level 2 there. And sees with the footman. Now what's going on?
Alrighty. And with that, but Shadow Priest for PCG is of course not too bad. Calm opening for HawK, who I guess is kind of happy to be playing Crypt Lord on Echo.
Yeah, I guess so. He should have plenty of experience with this. The Shadow Priest is pretty cool. He killed one Watch Elemental. That's level 2 for the Crypt Lord. If you don't get that kill, then you're gonna not have level 2 here after finishing the first camp. Shadow Priest does go down without the second Dispel, which is kind of unfortunate. Also costs almost 200 gold, but well, it is what it is.
Can we get some HawK crystal balls in chat, please? His most favorite item drop.
He just scouted the middle. He scouted if there was creeping going on, and he sees there isn't.
Yep.
It's a great item, Neo. You see?
I know that. You don't have to tell me. I'm a big fan of that for a long time.
And here we go. PCG is ready for the harass. HawK knows he's going to be pressured here. Takes out one Acolyte. Okay. That's pretty nice. It was a Haunted Goldmine into Ziggurat second, by the way, which is a little greedy, but it is going to work out. Oh, and Snare on the Berserker. You don't want to lose that one.
Nope.
But with Impale, this Berserker would absolutely go down. That would be a big kill right here.
Also good positioning, man. I'm kind of surprised that PCG is not really trolling at all. Just goes for the norm, and so far it's looking good for him. Buys a lot of time for his expansion. The Berserker finally goes down on the cost of like skeletons, and there's even a run by. PCG really motivated to take a map here.
Yeah, looking good. He's going to get the next kill. Going to get it very close to level 3. The big danger, though, always is the counterattack by the human. When the Crypto runs out of health and mana, what's going to happen then? Oh, one Militia dies. Was that the level 3 for the Crypto? Oh, it was.
Oh.
That's a big mistake by HawK. That's not supposed to happen.
Yeah, and he's usually so good in this matchup, right? But on high-stake matches or on big stages, there's oftentimes this one mistake that shouldn't really happen to a player with his experience and on his level.
BCG bringing out more ghouls. If he can start the tier 2 tech here, this is going to be basically a perfect early game for him. And a lot of this early game, by the way, comes down to not going for the Mercamp creep first. If HawK had done this, this would have been a lot easier for him. But oh well.
That is a
Arcane
lot of...
Tower is finished. And the... Whoa! Arcane is level 4 suddenly.
Yeah,
wow.
that's not too bad. Level 2 Brilliance Aura unlocked, so he shuts down this expansion as well. But yeah, I think damage is done in his main. Wonder what's more important as he gets the Expo up in the bottom.
Where are the footmen? That's what I'm wondering. They're not part of this attack. Maybe they're at home defending, while the AM is preventing mining over here. This also means it's very awkward for the undead to tech, because if he loses acolytes, he can't remake them. And HawK scans the main, sees no tech, and feels like, okay, you know what?
Yep.
It's a very playable game.
Yep, for sure. Puts a lot of pressure on this Narup as well, sticks around. Doesn't even have to be worried about impales around, I guess. There's not much mana and also very limited forces. Walks away with murder now. Good recovery.
BCG spending a lot of gold here on mercenaries, 2 berserkers, or 2 shadow priests rather, and 1 berserker this game. It is going to be quite the help here if the footman force should be coming in for that counterattack. The ghouls are still ready to pounce, jump into the main once again. And HawK's lumber is still looking a little shot.
Question is, did he tech or not? No, okay. That's quite a delay. Still good level on the Archmage, and now it's time to maybe get revenge for the fallen Berserker before. Please sacrifice the 2 footmen for that. Certainly on the chase. Cool ghoul run bys by PCG. Didn't really expect that multitasking.
Would have loved to see some boots here on this AM to be able to deal with these easier, to chase them down. But of course also pretty expensive.
Awesome.
Oh, yeah, trying to run away and getting ensnared by these Murlocs. I know that feeling. That happens to me a lot. Oh, the peasant block. Look at that.
Sweet.
Traps the ghouls. It's going to be 2 more going down. So 3 ghouls fall. If the AM connects, which he should.
Run, horsey, run. PCG even trying to go for a block. Man, he really wants to win that match. To people not familiar with the story, last time PCG was at a WGL, he was in a pretty similar situation where he was eliminated. Last day of the group stage was meaningless to him. He had a game against Infi, and both decided to go for Beastmaster first, HawK first. So yeah, that does paint me surprised.
That was a funny day. Cryptid experience looking pretty good. Close level 4, of course the AM level 4 already. A fast level 5 AM is really strong. Normally you don't want to go too heavy into destroyers, as you're going to get countered by gyros here in the late game. And the late game is going to be upon us here soon. Both players are going to reach their tier 2 shortly. Of course PCG is ahead, but not by that much.
Yeah, level development is kind of similar to what we're used to seeing on Last Refuge, right? Like super early high level Archmage. You can make a lot with that. Close to level 5 now.
Yeah, I think you should just buy a heal scroll and attack the expansion. Just kill a few units here and there, get level 5, and then he can stick around a long time with those level 3 elementals.
It's so powerful then. This spell is still so far away. Like even decent damage is far away.
Oh, that Berserker. That is level 5. And say hello to my little friend, the water torrents, which aren't even that little.
Nope. And deal 50 average damage per shot. So quite a bit if you ask me. And of course, thanks to the Brilliance Aura 2, you always have the mana. So yeah, 2 level difference, or yeah, well, 1 point something, but 5 versus 3 is 2, right? So yeah, good luck PCG holding this.
Yeah, if you want to have an easier time holding against this kind of pressure, you want to go Fiends early, but PCG went into Fiends really late. 1 is out right now, but it's not quite the most firepower just yet. And HawK applying good pressure, knowing exactly how he has to play this here, even if the early game wasn't too silky smooth for him.
Well, more acolytes going down, pressure on the Haunted. Yep, switch the target now. At least level 2 Impale is unlocked for PCG in a second. DK is coming, so a little bit of security for him.
The elementals are strong and tough to bring down, but when you kill them, it's a lot of experience.
It is. But HawK is gearing up for tier 3, I imagine. Mountain King will be coming any second, or should be coming any second. Now the sword, now the tier 3 tech. 10-minute tier 3 tech. That's late.
Double Slaughterhouse by PCG, by the way. I'm a big fan of that for fast destroyers and fast A-bombs and everything. And we're going to continue fighting for the middle. If HawK can trade footies for fiends, that's exactly what he wants, but he hardly has any footmen left, so it's really all down to Stormbolt and Water Elementals to find some kills. But the statue's helping against that, and there's a lot of beetles everywhere on the ground. HawK needs some priests.
Getting rid of that beetles, or these beetles would be nice, but he can disengage if he wants to. Lightning shield on a big water elemental. That's of course another way to get rid of these beetles, but so far it actually doesn't do too much damage.
Oh, the priest sniped. These ensnares that are flying here from the trappers are definitely making things a bit difficult. HawK with 900 gold. Where are those priests? There's one more. But he may not have adept training yet.
At least a little bit of healing, and he's still stalling time for the tier 3, which should arrive soon. Another nice lightning shield. He's really using this item well. But yeah, the water elementals are feeding PCG to a degree. He still has 2 consumables. HawK now boldly going for this DK, and the potion was ready in time.
These beetles still around. This is definitely a macro mistake by HawK. You should go 2 priests into Dispel at the latest. Normally this should have all been dispelled, which also would have been a good experience for HawK. There we see it now. Adept training finally about to finish, but that was just a bit late. Honestly, you can just go priest and adept at the same time once those sanctums are finished. And that meant that PCG got the middle, got valuable experience there, got level 2 on the DK, which is a big upgrade for that aura. MK is still not there yet. He's gonna get level 2 now. Gonna want to go into Clap with Paladin coming, Knights. And 1 workshop for Gyros.
Okay then. Can he hold this push? 60 pop versus 61. Nice tug of war between them. Early game going PCG's favor, then HawK's recovery, then PCG going ahead a little. And how old school is this? Mass ghouls and Destros into the human base. It's like Hasuop style.
Yeah, this is hard to hold, man. This is a lot of tempo right now. The towers are gonna melt in a matter of seconds. And I think HawK is not ready for this. The Frenzy Ghouls are really strong right now. MK only has level 1 Clap. It's going to be a tough hold for the Russian.
This match will be used for balance discussions for ages if HawK loses this. Well, let's go. Knight about to be knocked out, but repositions here, at least a little bit. But yeah, what a weird position to fight into.
Yeah, the Lich goes down there, but there's still enough of a threat on the ground for the undead, also in the air with the destroyers. Water Elementals, which are the strongest thing that HawK has, are getting dispelled right now because so many destroyers. Also giving experience to the undead side. Cryptlord and DK getting closer to the level up. Big Impale coming in. And the ghouls on the ground, they're just acting as little wrecking balls.
They're so powerful, man. The gyros being sniped pretty much immediately. All of a sudden, it's a level 5 Cryptlord. Have fun being thrown out into the air and then 6 feet under into the ground. Wild elevator ride for this Paladin. And that's game. All of a sudden, it's a 20 supply shift, and PCG gets the 1 win he wanted so dearly over HawK on Echo Isles. Very, very dedicated push. HawK not ready at all. That's how the matchup can go if you don't give too much time to the human.
Yeah, and I gotta say, don't like the creep out here early by HawK. Going up against PCG, it's like 99% certain he's gonna go Cryptlord or Lich or something weird, right? But most likely Cryptlord. And going for a fast Mercamp creep is just better there. Also, if you have the footman in position, you can take out the Acolyte and he doesn't get that Shadow Priest early on. Or at least you can kill it right away, making it a bad investment. HawK, I think, not going for that Mercamp, not having the mercenaries as quickly as possible, definitely a problem here. And once he had the mercenaries, he didn't protect them very well. That Berserker is not supposed to go down, especially if he doesn't get impaled, which he didn't. HawK just struggling a bit in that match. I've seen him play much better against Cryptlord before.
Yeah, maybe not taking this 100% serious as well, but he can still score a map and then secure rank 3. So as we had before, like one map will determine the outcome of this group, as HawK had the win over Lin and PCG has to catch up. If PCG wins here, 3 points for him, 3rd place. It's a good result, especially in this group.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going through the highlights there. When the AM was across the map harassing the Acolytes, it seemed like it was looking decent. But the late Tech and the late Mountain King, that really was the big problem. Even the level 5 Water Elementals were pretty much dealt with. And that timing, so sharp, so deadly.
Yeah.
Frenzy Ghoul timing plus Destroyers. If the human gets up to 75 supply, has some decent hero levels, then he's going to be ready. But just that attack hits too soon. Paladin level 1, MK level 2. That Paladin, what is that model, by the way? He's got a sword. He's not our favorite derpy buzzcut Paladin.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Didn't even realize. No hammer, man. A Paladin needs a hammer.
You think so? Are you convinced about that? Is that how you played Diablo 2 Paladin?
Yeah. I mean, it's Blizzard history to give hammers to a Paladin. Goes for Uther. Goes for the Diablo dude. Probably WoW as well, even though I have no idea.
But in Diablo, they could also carry other weapons, right? Not just the hammer.
No, it was forbidden. It was a code of honor.
You know, I never played Diablo 2, but I feel like that might not be entirely accurate. Would
I ever lie to you, Remo Demo? We know each other for so many years.
Well, in that case, I guess maybe that was the problem. Maybe the fact that the Paladin didn't have the hammer there. Map number 1 goes to PCG and HawK. That was his map choice, wasn't it? Echo Isles.
Well, we'll see it in a second. What was the other map again? Last Refuge. No, Last Refuge should be HawK's map pool, right?
Yeah, true. Yeah, true. Last Refuge is always HawK's favorite.
30
That's not a map where you can go.
No memories.
Another map where you can go for a fast Merc Camp creep, which I certainly would suggest. But PCG, if he feels feisty, could try to harass that as well.
Okay, looking forward to this next match. This could once again be everything. Is PCG now happy with this 1 point he got? And will he dash out the cheese? Will it be the Tinker Tower push?
Yeah, why not? I mean, he achieved his goal, right?
Yep.
One map. That's what he wanted. He got it.
But maybe he's hungry for more now. Maybe he got the taste of victory.
Would honestly not be a bad map for some sort of cheese, because Last Refuge for Fast Expo versus Crypt Lord Fast Expo is really good for the human. And we're gonna see if hopefully HawK can do better here. He showed before against Lin that he can perform very well. And you know what map that was, Neo? That was also Last Refuge.
Look-a-dee, what a coincidence. We have the predictions up again, ladies and gentlemen, so get your votes in. Is it HawK with the 2nd point and rank 3 in the groups, or will PCG claim 3 points? And that would be yet another disastrous WGL run for HawK, just as in summer 2017 and the entirety of 2018. Last time was really successful when he was here, but that is already 1.5 years ago. Man, HawK in these last round group stage matches against Chinese Undeads fell to TBC before, and now maybe to PCG. Usually shouldn't happen, but of course, ping and maybe lack of motivation or whatever. Maybe just a fluke win. We'll see.
Yeah, and the thing is, he can perform super well if he's on point. He has even challenged Happy to a 2-3 in a best of 5, which is something that almost nobody can do. But it's also very easy for things to go wrong. For peasants to start dying, for the heroes to be over-leveled on the undead side, nukes flying in, more and more units going down. So you have to really be on top of your game. And this is going to be more of the Happy style, I guess you could say. What PCG is showing, he's not going to go for the Crypt Lord here. He's going to go for Ted Fiend opening. DK first. And HawK is going to scout for it.
I feel like HawK is a lot more comfortable with the DK Ted Fiend's build than against Cryptlord as well. I mean, he's been playing this for a lot longer and also better practice as he plays against the best DK Fiends player in the world, which is Happy. This must feel like a practice game to him compared to the ESL Cup finals.
Yeah, HawK has a really good read, by the way. He's scouting for a DK first. And he's gonna see him now and gonna make his life a bit difficult here. You could go for some nifty tricks with the footy. If you see the DK over here, the DK normally wants to go to the High Priest. And if he does, you can pull in the Murloc camp and make this very tough for him. Throw out a couple of ensnares. And this is already an annoying early game for PCG.
Yep, you want the levels high, but doesn't really work that way. Or you want to harass yourself, doesn't really work that way. Claws for the Archmage as well. What a rare sight. Good start for HawK. Perhaps even gonna get some skellies. Gets a level 2 here, and it should be the expansion coming up shortly. This Murloc camp, of course, can be crept, as we see here by the DK. Oh, he stole one last. Did you see that? Wait a minute, did he steal 2? I think he may have stolen 2 of those creeps, actually. Wow. And another skelly. That was a very, very successful footman. Give this man a badge of honor.
Yeah, very nicely done. This is a big reason for why LR can be so good for human, because early game creeping for the DK here is really bad. And early game creeping is important to get that level 2 quickly and then keep up the pressure. HawK is creeping up himself, getting almost level 3 from the natural. 2 skeletons or something like that, if he kills him. It's gonna be enough.
Alrighty, close to level 3 Archmage, very, very close. Is this Acolyte enough? I don't think so. Not opening up the Merc camp, Expo coming. This seems a lot better than game 1 already. Not much progress on the DK himself, who's playing this relatively careful and passive so far. Of course, forced due to HawK's movement and execution.
I definitely want to take out some peasants here. It feels like you have to kill some peasants to slow down the Humans Expo by a bit. At least 2 or 3, something like that. The DK is getting ready to harass the expansion here and look for some kills. He doesn't have Fiend backup, but he's going to have level 2 in a moment. And of course, skeletons. HawK falls back, trying to protect his economy. He knew this was going to be coming sooner or later. Let's see how much PCG can kill here.
Oh boy. There is one peasant saved into the gold mine for now, at least. A little bit of a distraction. Now aura release, but this is also a lot of time for HawK to deal with the summons. And, well, there's a new Charter of Necromancy ready. Cold secures yet another kill, so PCG is getting some things in.
Alright, 141 peasant killed so far. Should be a bit more with the next peasant going down. Has to TP out, though. So 3 peasants and a footy is decent harass, but it cost him all of his mana, cost him the TP, and he lost a good amount of HP there as well.
He's on tier 2 now. Lich is coming. Pressure intensifies soon. Needs a bit of regen, of course. And in the meantime, tiny little creep right here. HawK not teching yet. No tower in the base at all. Should line up decently, I guess, once the Expo is up. Shouldn't spend too much time on tier 1 and then tech a little bit Blade style.
Really good XP here on the Archmage. If he gets to level 4 quickly, he's going to be able to spam those water elementals like we've seen so many times before. Item second ring. Not so great for him, but later for the MK, it is actually really good.
I mean, he started with a claw, right? You can't ask for everything.
Yeah, the replenishment potion might also come in quite handy. So this is going to be coming out, and then we're going to have much more of a threat against these footmen. HawK is being careful with the footies. Like Jamiko and Sok have shown us before, use the footmen as a threat. Don't overcommit with them. If you lose 3-4 footies, things are going to get a lot more difficult.
Lich with the first experience here, always gotta be worried about a Nova if the footmen are clumped up. And of course, incredibly hard to get the last hit here, which goes to the DK. And hey, HawK knows that feel from his games against Happy. It's a big mana potion.
But he's eat the Nova and gonna take a lot of damage. DK gets level 3. And these footmen, I think this was the overextension already. He's gonna get Nova'd again.
Ouch.
And they shouldn't have been so far forward. They should have kept them back, or perhaps even better, should have had them in the south, ready to go for a counterattack into the Undead main. But now suddenly Footman died, and all the map control with the Undead.
That's a big experience gain as well. Level 3 for the DK, almost level 2 for the Lich already. And statues will arrive shortly, as long as he can keep all fiends up. That's a very good mid-game for PCG.
Yeah, this is a little too careless by HawK, just running these footmen in. That's not the way you're supposed to do this anymore nowadays on the top level. But he did at least buy time, right? The tier 2 started, he's got the shop at the expansion, he's got one tower there at least. Although the second one seems like it's gonna get cancelled.
What is that? Oh, base very exposed. I wonder if PCG is scouting for this. Could try to break that one later. More damage on the workers. That is now level 2.
And no footmen around anymore. The AM eats the Call Nova. May have to TP out here. Ring of Protection protecting him a bit. There's another coil available. Baits the TP. And he doesn't have heal pots yet. This AM might be dead. He's going to TP into the back, of course. But the DK is ready. He doesn't even need the Death Knight. Oh, and the AM goes down.
Oh my god. HawK this early was so good. So, what we learned from this is it doesn't really matter if the opponent is happy or PCG. HawK will make that one mistake. And probably lose the game because of it.
Bit of a rough one. I think it was also a match where it felt like he didn't feel the need to play it all perfectly. Perhaps because this match didn't matter so much anymore. I've seen HawK do this way better than what he showed here. Especially with the footman usage, that was not the greatest.
Okay.
AM is back from the tavern though. And one fiend did go down there at the expo. HawK is still not giving this up.
Maybe 2? I think there's 2 herd units still remaining. Ah, get another kill. Man, 2.5 Lich without creeping too much. Just one spot. Statues, of course, providing so much regen. Archmage down to 50%. Is there Coil Nova ready? Ah, no. Use the mana potion already. So it's not.
Mountain King is finally out. With that, we're going to have a lot more kill threat. Some of these fiends are bruised, like this one, but the coil is there. The statue heal is going to be reliable, and Frost Armor now also helping out a lot. And tier 3 is going to be ready for PCG in just a moment, and that's where the real trouble begins.
Gotta say, PCG is not playing this bad at all. As he showed in some of the WGL qualifiers already, he is capable of playing a very, very good undead. But lots of regen now. Where's tier 3? Oh, destroyers are up.
Which has the orb as well. PCG just got a lot stronger, and HawK still has to buy a lot of time to get his tier 3, to get the Knights, Triple Hero, Gyros, and all the things that he needs to deal with his undead force. Still, of course, full map control to PCG. 3 towers at the expansion is not perfectly safe.
Level 3 for the Lich. That's another Nova. Goes for the MK. Wants to prevent him leveling. Destroyer saved again with another coil. That was the last one. No statues on the ground as it seemed. No, 2 destroyers up. Wants to bust this, but I guess it's not working.
Water Elementals getting dispelled, but not taken out right away. This is something that I think Happy Star are doing. Just leave the Water Elementals alive just to always have some mana and health options to heal up. Not having a statue here is definitely painful, but it should be coming in for PCG soon again. HawK is about to hit tier 3 in a moment. He's got the double racks, double workshop, ready to go into Knight's Gyros. But does he have the time to build that army?
Shop is gone. 2 destroyers still up. The Arcane Tower is gone. It's a lot more freedom for the undead as he can dive a little further in because his mana doesn't get burned. Now PCG has to switch the target onto the Gyros to not allow big numbers, and gets number 1 right away.
600 gold here also for PCG. Could go for a 3rd hero, although his supply is capped at the moment. Probably gonna rectify that soon. HawK coming up with the next shop. Super broke is the Russian. He has units in queue. The Paladin, for example, some Gyros, but not enough gold to supply all of these buildings.
Yeah, you have to do a lot of repair. Needs to rebuild the shop as well. Can't go for a staff. Can't go for an orb. Artmate might be in jeopardy if there's a Nova. I don't think we have the mana yet. And now there's 4 Gyros. I like that. Pooled them over the trees. That was a good move.
They're getting wrecked and getting taken out one by one. No footmen left anymore. No knights here. The ground army is just non-existent. Neither is the MK. Coil Nova. He's dead and has to wait for the Paladin now to come out to be trained again. And HawK's army is just consisting of nothing. 35 supply only. He has nothing but the AM here to defend with.
Nope. Wonder if we get the next Nova. Is that the end already? No TP, no potion on this poor Archmage. But PCG not focusing on that. Sees the Paladin coming. So focus switched again. He's holding the two. Oh, okay, answer's yes. If there's Coil Nova, Archmage is dead. And that's GG! PCG, third place in Group C, right after Chemico and Lin with a 3-pointer. HawK, you can do better, but yet another last place group stage run. Disappointing, he was so close. Starting into this day, there was a little bit of a chance for him to make it into the playoffs if Chemico beats Lin, but that was not the case. And so all hope is lost. And now, yeah, last place for HawK again.
Unfortunate. At least he got the one map win, right? So he doesn't get the Orc Worker award. But that is not the best showing he's ever had.
I forgot about that.
But well, he's gonna be back, I hope, in the future. Normally HawK, you know, he's gonna participate in all these tournaments, and if it's offline once again, if he has better ping, maybe it's gonna look better then. We're gonna see him again in DreamHack before too long, where on good ping, on better conditions against the European elite, he has looked really, really good. Just not this tournament. Once again, it's gonna be Foggy only as the only Westerner into the top 8, and now we have almost everyone concluded for the top 8. The only decision left to be made is 15 Sway or 1-2-0 for the 8th player in there.
And that is our next match as well. I think we shouldn't remember this match when we think of HawK's WGL run. We should definitely focus on his matches against Lin, where he pretty much dominated him on map 2, and also against Chemico, where the second map looked really, really good. The result doesn't really display that. Here today was an off day. Maybe his heart wasn't 100% in it. As we said, he can do better. Maybe also a little malice on the matchup after suffering for so long. There was a turnaround right there. The fight with the Lich came in. Little overextension. And that is how an Undead picks up momentum and carries this home. Very strong push by PCG. And I really like that he shows that he's not only a fun and cheese player with 17 acolytes, but also can be a force, and he finally gets a win over a human on this patch.
Oh yeah, true. He was 0-4 or something, right?
Yep. So not anymore, no.
Ends this tournament at least on a high note. Does PCG. Maybe we're gonna hear from him as well. But not sure if we're gonna get an interview there. Of course, all the fans are really excited for this last match.
Yeah.
1-2-0, one of the biggest Chinese hopes left. It's only Colorful so far that made it into the playoffs.
Wow, true.
Yeah, it's going to be only 2 Chinese in the top 8. Either 1-2-0 or 15 Sway will be the next one.
Oh, man. Korea. Pretty dominating here. In the absence of NPTH and Fly, of course. But yeah. After Colorful, like where's next? Who's next in line? Even.
Yeah, 1-2-0 would have been the big favorite there if you compare the names 15 Sway and 1-2-0. But 15 Sway, as we've now mentioned multiple times, in a better starting position going into this last match, as he has the 1-point lead. A draw would be enough for the young kid 15 Sway. But 1-2-0 absolutely has what it takes to get the 2-0 here. And what race is he gonna play? It seems like at the moment, if you had the full free range, maybe picking Orc against Undead would be the best choice. But Orc is the one race that PCG doesn't really play.
Yeah, I wouldn't say he's gonna play that. Here we go again with the groups. Moon and Focus over Fortitude and Alice in Group A concluded. Colorful and Soen over Sok and Linguagua. Group B concluded. Chemico and Lin over PCG and HawK. Also Group C concluded. And now one last best of 2 for the decision in Group D, where Foggy is the king of the group of death, emerging as a victor there, facing Lin in the quarterfinal. And now we will see 15 Sway or 1-2-0. What a banger. 15 Sway, so cool to have him still in the run. Nobody expected that. Absolutely nobody. The winner of this will play Chemico, by the way, in the playoffs. The bracket draw here. Moon vs. Soin, Chemico, as we said, 1-0, or 15 Sway. Focus vs. Colorful, and Lin versus Foggy. Starting tomorrow, 10 a.m. Grand Finals, of course, on Sunday.
Championship Sunday. Hallelujah. On the day of the Lord, as is supposed to be. A lot of great matches here coming our way. Chemico versus 1-2-0 also would be sick.
Yeah, rematch of, was it TED Cup Finals? The 3-2.
Yes, indeed. They keep on meeting. They met in the TED Cup 4 and 5, and now would here as well if 1-0 gets the win.
Needs 2 maps first. We thank Mince Weasel for the 15-month resub, King Kiko as well. And we go into a little break, and then we're back with the last game of the group stage.